Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bethany and I'm so glad you're here today. We are going to talk about all of the books that I want to read in March. So if you've been around for a little while, you know that one of my goals for 2025 is to make shorter TBRs. So I think I said my goal was 5 books and I'm already breaking my rule the 3rd month in. But the reason for that is because it's middle grade March, and middle grade March is one of my favorite, if not my top favorite, readathon for the year on BookTube. I love it so much. I save my middle grade usually for March unless it's something that I'm reading with my kids, and I just really like reading middle grade and I really like focusing on that in March. So I did want to give myself a good middle grade stack in the month of March. However, I do have some other things that I would like to participate in, or some other books that I wanted to read. So I don't have a huge list, but I did go over 5. I do have 5 for middle grade March, and then I have 1 fiction, like adult book that I'm actually using to fulfill 2 prompts for the annual reading challenges that I'm participating in this year. And then I also have 2 nonfiction that I kind of last minute decided I want to participate in these like group reads or book clubs that are happening on YouTube. So let's start first with the 1 adult fiction that I would like to read in the month of March. It is rather large, so it's a good thing that there's only 1. So this year I am trying my best and actually have been successful the past 2 months in participating in Amanda's annual reading challenge, which is the Southern Comfort Reading Challenge. And that's Amanda at Book Lover Amanda. And then also Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge. So I have been participating in both of those in January and February. So in March, I actually found a book that I think will fit both of their prompts. So for Chantel's challenge, the prompt is time. So she's just doing 1 word this year, very simple. You can interpret it however you'd like. And then for the Southern Comfort Reading Challenge for Amanda, her prompt is, let me look at my notes. Okay, so her prompt is Southern Roots, which is a multi-generational family story. So I don't know for sure, but I think that this book that I've picked is gonna have a family story, a multi-generational story. I think it's kind of a mystery, but I just have a feeling that's what it's going to end up. So that one is Kate Morton's The Clockmaker's Daughter. I did read the first chapter in this in a try a chapter vlog, and I really liked the writing. I've never read Kate Morton, but I feel like I'm going to like her writing just based on this first chapter. I am not really sure the story here, but I think that it has something to do maybe with some time travel, but I have no idea. But definitely like a mystery and something about a house or a building. Birchwood Manor. Okay, so I know that we have a time span of 150 years. There's a mystery, like a murder mystery, I believe, and there's something to do with Birchwood Manor and a clockmaker, I'm guessing. So I don't know much, but I don't really want to know too much more than that before I jump into this one. It is a little thick, so I'm glad that I can hopefully read it and meet both of those prompts for both Chantel and Amanda's annual challenge for March. And I'm really excited to just find out how I feel about Kate Morton's writing and this book. All right, so for the 2 nonfiction books that I plan on reading in March, these are both for read-alongs or book clubs. So the first one is the Revive Book Club pick for the month of March. This is Keisha's Revive book club that I just really enjoy and really love Keisha and what she's doing in that book club. So I am going to try to join them this month and read Stop Calling Me Beautiful by Felicia Masonheimer. This is a Christian nonfiction book. I'm not sure fully what it's going to entail, but there are some things that stood out to me were that it said how your view of God determines how you face life's challenges, and then also it said don't settle for a feel good faith. Those are some things that stood out to me, but I'm really looking forward to reading one of Felicia Masonheimer's books. I have not read any of them. I would really like to read her other one, Every Woman a Theologian, and I'm just really looking forward to this book and the discussion that is going to go along with it. Okay, for another Christian nonfiction that I would like to pick up in the month of March that is also a read-along, this one is Power Through Prayer by E.M. Bounds, and this one is being hosted by Tiffany at Beautiful Minutia, along with Dia at Novel Idea, and Anne at In Search of Wonder, and Kelly at Kelly Reads a Lot. So they are hosting a read-along throughout the month. They are doing weekly chats with this read-along. It is a really short book, and I really enjoyed doing a read-along with Tiffany and Dia last year. So I just really decided I want to jump in again. The discussion was so good on that last book that we read, and I would just really like to join in and read something together and hear their thoughts on this one. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. Okay, now it's time to jump into the middle grade plans. So I love the middle grade prompts this year, so much fun. And as I was sorting through my books for middle grade and what I wanted to read, I kind of decided to give myself an extra challenge to try to narrow it down. So one of the prompts for middle grade March is read a book published in the 1900s. So obviously that's a big span. It could be the early 1900s or as late as 1999. So I decided to challenge myself and only read books that were published in the 1900s. So I did narrow down my list that way and found 5 books that I really want to read that were all published in the 1900s. So I'm super excited about that. The first one on my list is one I've actually already started, and that is the first Harry Potter book. I've never read Harry Potter, and my son really would like to. He wanted to read them, and so I thought it would be fun for us to read them together for the first time. So we actually have started this. We've just read 2 chapters. This will probably take us a while. I don't even know if we'll finish it in March, but it is the start of a series. So that's another prompt for middle grade March, and that fulfilled it. It also was published, I think, in 1998 or 9, so it barely made it. 97. First published in 1997, so it did barely make it in my challenge for reading only books published in the 1900s. So, so far, we both really enjoy it. I think we're just 2 chapters in, like I said, but it's fun to read this for the first time. Okay, the next book actually fulfills 2 prompts. So there is a prompt of the author has 3 names and then flowers on the covers. So that one is A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I don't think I've read this, and I don't know if I've seen the movie, maybe as a kid, but I don't remember anything. So this is going to be fresh and new for me. Also, The Secret Garden is the group read, or one of the group reads for middle grade March, but I'm not going to read it yet because I am planning on reading that with Comfy Cozy Book Club in April. So I'm saving that one for April. But I did want to pick up A Little Princess, and it did fulfill 2 of the prompts for me. So I'm looking forward to this one, also published in the early 1900s. So I am still within my challenge for that as well. There is another group read, so there's 2 group reads. It's The Secret Garden, and I think it's Moon Garden, which is a Secret Garden retelling. And for some reason, it just didn't sound like something that I'm interested in reading right now, so I've just decided to not participate in either of the group reads and just go with the prompts for myself. So for my last 3 options, these are books that I really want to read because I think I'm going to want to use them in homeschool or as a read aloud at some point, but I want to just go ahead and read them for myself first. And this was not intentional, but all 3 of them are Newbery winners, so I'm really excited about that as well. And they are all 3 from the 1900s. So the first one is Carry On, Mr. Bowditch. So I think that this is nonfiction, or at least based on a real person. I know that much, but I'm not exactly sure how it's written. But I feel like it is nonfiction, and it did win the Newbery in 1956. So this is about Nathaniel Bowditch and has 3 names for the author. So this is Jean Lee Latham. And Mr. Bowditch was a navigator, so I think that this is going to be ship travel, and so it does also fulfill the prompt of includes travel. So I'm feeling a lot of prompts with these books, and I just read the back a little bit, and it does say that it's a biography, so it is nonfiction. Okay, the next one also fulfills multiple prompts, and that one is The 21 Balloons by William Pinet Dubois. So that's 3 names. So this one also includes travel because the main character in this, he is flying a hot air balloon, supposed to be flying it across the Pacific, but he lands on this mysterious island. I actually think it might be like magical realism or fantasy. I'm not 100% sure. It sounds like a wonderful adventure, and it just looks really good, and I've heard really good things about it, so I'm really looking forward to trying it out. Okay, the last one on my list, this is one that, again, I was thinking, have I read this? Did I read this in school? I don't really remember. Or have I seen the movie? I don't really remember. So I feel like it's going to feel fresh no matter what. And that one is Bridge to Terabithia by Catherine Patterson. So this one also is a Newbery winner, and it's also not very long, and it just, from what I've heard, is very emotional and very impactful. And I'm really looking forward to it. I know it's about friends. I feel like the only prompt this fulfills potentially is the published in the 1900s. So I don't remember if I had another prompt in mind, but that works. It was published originally in 1977. So I'm looking forward to this one. So that is my pile of possibilities for the month of March. I know that I've already broken my rule about my short TBRs. However, this isn't a very big TBR, and because a lot of it is middle grade, I feel like it's manageable because middle grade is typically shorter and quicker reads. So I will do my best to link all of the information below for the read-alongs, the book clubs, the reading challenges, middle grade March information, all of that in the description below, because if you're not participating in these, I really would encourage you to. It would be so fun to have you read along with some of those read-alongs and have you participate in the reading challenges, especially middle grade March. If you're not reading middle grade, I would just encourage you to. There's just so much beauty and goodness in middle grade books, and we can get so much out of it. Even as adults, I just really want to encourage you to maybe just pick up one middle grade book this month. Middle grade can really tackle tough, serious topics, but usually in a gentle and peaceful way, typically. That's what I found, and I just really love middle grade fiction. So I would encourage you to participate even just a little bit in that as well. So let me know if you're planning on participating in that, if you're planning on joining in on any of these read-alongs or book clubs or reading challenges. It's so much fun to do this in community. So thank you so much for watching and being here on my channel, and I will see you in the next one.